Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Richard Morco, and with me today for a special Long Hill report is Ginger Kelly. And I will let Ginger tell you who she represents here today.
Hi, I represent Kelly Homestead Apiary in Charlton, and we have an apiary and we have about 80 colonies or more existing in the state of Massachusetts, and we create really good wholesome honey for local people. We also have over 100 hens. We produce eggs, organically produced eggs. We have chicken, frozen chicken. We sell turkeys during the holiday season. We also have a CSA, and basically we started as a homestead. So now we've grown into farmers markets and to help people have really good food throughout the year. So that's basically what we do, Richard.
I met you at the West Brookfield Farmers Market,
Yeah.
which is a very nice, intimate little market. And you had quite a variety of products for, how many acres do you have?
Oh, we only have like 2.7 acres.
That is a brilliant level of homesteading.
It doesn't take much.
How did it all start?
It all started when I was living in Oxford and just had a couple of beehives, and I thought maybe having some of the honey and pollen for myself would help with my seasonal allergies. And then after that I grew, we moved to Charlton, got a little more acreage, started raising bees on our property, and then branched out into other people's property who wanted to have apiaries. We have a apiary in a blueberry farm, an apiary on an organic farm, and an apiary in a huge pasture farm in East Hampton. So we have different varieties of flowers of which our bees forage from. Yeah.
Okay. Do you purposely raise any pollinators?
Yes, that's what we do. Yes, and we also are interested in pollinator conservation. So we've recently purchased another plot of land, raw land, in Franklin County, where we're probably going to, or we are going to, make pollinator meadows and help with conservation in that area of the state. So.
What specific flowers are you propagating?
Well, I love all-site clover because it produces a great sweet abundance of nectar in the spring. So I throw that around all over the place. But the native flowers that I like are Solidago, old goldenrod, New England asters, helianthus, which is a type of a wild sunflower, and propagated any kind of sunflowers are great for bees. Bumblebees, pollinators of all kinds. There's so many. There's coneflowers and all kinds of swamp flowers that I can't even think of. The black-eyed Susans and the mint family and the ground mint. It's very healthy for you and healthy for the bees. Mullein plants, everything. So I could just go on and on with a list.
And you purposely propagate those?
Yeah, we do, but not like in a traditional sense, in like little, rows that last forever kind of a thing. We find little plots of soil where, things like your tomato plants or your pepper plants aren't going to be propagated. And we'll make sure that we have a bunch of seeds there that we've put in there for like maybe Joe Pye weed or something that we've gathered in the fall. And we just kind of throw it out back there and hope for the best. And,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question because I'm not at your level as a beekeeper, but I have never seen my bees on goldenrod. And I'm wondering why that is. Is it a specific variety that they go?
They do like a specific variety, and you'll also see bees on goldenrod probably early in the morning on the warm days. Okay, if it's very cold, they might not even go out there. Goldenrod might have a short bloom time where you might have seen it barely come out, and that's when the nectar's flowing and the bees have already gathered their nectar, and then they're done. And that's it. So if you're out there in the middle of the day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're probably not going to see many honeybees. They're done with their job.
Okay, and this is on most of the goldenrods, or all of the goldenrods, or?
I think the Solidago goldenrod is what they prefer the most.
Okay, okay. You don't plant buckwheat, I take it.
I do plant buckwheat.
Well, honey from buckwheat gets a bad rep, sort of.
Why?
It's a dark honey that a
Oh,
lot of
dark
people
honey.
around here don't like.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't like beef liver either, but I'd say buckwheat is like the beef liver of honey, meaning, you know, it's
Beef liver?
meaning it's full of
Beef
vitamins
liver.
and nutrients.
Beef liver.
Beef liver. You know, have you ever
Uh,
had beef liver?
You like beef liver, I can.
Well, I don't particularly care for it as much as a juicy hamburger, perhaps, but I do know it has a lot of vitamins in it, like iron and vitamin D and K and
Okay,
things
so
that we need.
what you have basically said, and I'm teasing you, of course, here, is that you've given me this negative food, which, yeah, okay, I'll eat it because, it's healthy. So are you saying, I'll eat goldenrod buckwheat because it's healthy, or you
Well-
will say, I love the taste?
You said buckwheat gets a bad rap. Now, if
Because
it's
it-
because of taste,
Yeah.
so does beef liver, but it's very healthy for you.
Now, you eat goldenrod that's,
Buckwheat honey?
buckwheat honey,
Yes,
and you like it.
yes.
So really, there's the comparison, it's a little,
Well, for me, perhaps,
okay.
but yeah.
All right, so I've been wondering about that, because supposedly supposedly don't like goldenrod honey in Massachusetts.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't really gotten I think people are very used to grocery store honey, which is highly prone for adulteration, you know. They say that perhaps 60% or more of our honey in the United States that we get, in box stores and grocery stores has been adulterated with some kind of syrup, like rice syrup or corn syrup or some kind of a syrup of some kind. And we can't really tell, but we're used to that bland taste that doesn't have that nice crisp after finish like a nice dry wine. We're not used to understanding the difference in seasonal honey flavors, like the difference between, a strawberry that you might get beginning season to the end season, or grapes from a Concord vine as opposed to Scuppernong grapes. They're both grapes, but they have different flavors, different. So honey is very similar to that. Honey's like a nice fine wine.
Do you grow grapes as well?
I do,
I kind of got that you might.
yeah.
You make wine,
No, I don't make wine. I make grape jelly.
grape jelly, okay. Because if you have honey that's like a fine wine, why would you need wine?
Right.
There
I
you go.
guess, yeah. Honey makes a good mead too.
That's the one thing I want to like mead. I can't.
You can't.
No. You like mead?
I like it, yeah. I'm not a big drinker, but yeah, I'll drink mead from time to time. I have a nice wild mead fermenting right now from our peach crop that we had 2 years ago that was so delicious. So I made a wild mead from that with just yeasts from the air and honey and water, and it came out fine. I figured, well, it's either going to be vinegar, which is useful as well, or it's going to turn into mead, and it did turn into mead, so I'm happy about that.
Great, great. So if you want your moonshine, no, I think it's legal whatever you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do this now because we want to make sure it gets done. Tell people where you live in Charlton and how to get there
Right, right.
from the center of town.
Okay, we live at 167 Carpenter Hill Road in Charlton, and that's about 1.2 miles from Ted's. You know where Ted's is, Richard? Ted's package store and liquor store over by the country bank, over in that section of town. That's on Route 20.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're a
yeah.
mile and a half from Route 20, right up Carpenter Hill. Go up that little hill and down, and we're open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 o'clock in the morning till sunset. And that's our tiny little farm stand that's out beside the road, and that's open. And every weekend, unless we have really bad weather. And we also do the West Brookfield Farmers Market on
Yes.
Wednesday from 3 to 6. Really, that's a great market. If you ever get a chance to go there, it's a great market.
Well, I hope I'm looking forward to someday going there.
Yeah, you've been there. You've been there. But
And the other farmers markets.
yes, I also do the Natick Farmers Market on Saturdays from 9 to 1, and that's every other Saturday. So I won't be there this coming Saturday, but I'll be there the following Saturday. So
Do you do the Charlton market that's at the Grange?
no, I do not.
Okay. And there's a Summit market in Charlton, I think, too. That You don't do that either.
No.
Well, everybody has to take a break sometimes, so
Sure.
that's okay.
Sure.
Now, when I ask you, how'd you get into this, how'd you start, what was it that drove the passion?
Oh, well, ever since I was a little girl, I loved agriculture, and I still do, and I want to eat really good food. I really enjoy the organic movement. I enjoy healthy soil. I enjoy a healthy environment. And so to me, when I was younger, organic food seemed like it was so expensive that I didn't think I could afford it. So I figured I can grow it myself. So I did. And we started a homestead where we produce, I'm sure, at least 30% of our food. So we eat mostly poultry, mostly our own chicken, hens, and turkey. And sometimes I'll buy really good meat from the market, other people in the market, and fresh vegetables we raise in a can, preserve, freeze dry, and freeze all of our vegetables. And we save our root vegetables for throughout the coming year. So I try to plan so I have a year's worth of stock, in my pantry so we can eat throughout the year our food. So I started a long time ago because I love agriculture. I started raising my family. Then I went to school. I went to law school, actually. So
Did you get a
Yes.
legal degree?
I'm a lawyer from
a lawyer?
Massachusetts, but I don't practice law since maybe after COVID. I'm an active lawyer, so I do advise people and give my opinion on certain things. But I used to be a bankruptcy lawyer, and I don't choose to not do that anymore because it's hard to sit behind a desk, and I just would rather be outside taking care of my gardens, my bees, and my poultry. And it's just a nice lifestyle, much better than paperwork.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I am the intertwining of agriculture and actually being a lawyer.
Yeah.
I am a little shocked. That is very interesting. What law school did you go?
Roger Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your husband do?
Oh, my husband's an engineer. He works for AHA Engineering Consultants in Boston, and he's a plumbing and a little bit of fire protection engineer. So.
Okay, that's interesting. And he is your co-farmer.
Oh gosh, I couldn't do what we do if we didn't do it together because it takes a lot, And he's also a carpenter, so he wants to retire from his job and just do carpentry work. So he will build the bee boxes that I use and all the infrastructure that we need for our animals and our poultry, and he'll build all of that. And then I raise the bees, and he helps me sometimes because honey supers are heavy.
No.
So he'll help me
White
with
as
that.
a feather.
Yeah, as the
No, they are
feather.
heavy.
No.
You're right.
So he's a great help, And if I get stressed and I'm like, can you just help me with these whatever, spinning honey or gathering eggs. He's good. He pulls the chicken tractors every day. We pasture our turkeys and chickens on our front, like, acre and a half, maybe an acre. And people see it. You can see it in Charlton. Just come up Carpenter Hill Road in the summertime. You'll see these like 4 little structures out in the yard and be, what is that? And those are chickens or turkeys. And he pulls them every day so they get fresh ground and they can eat the grass, and that's makes their meat and everything, their eggs, healthier. And it gives him exercise too. He like jokes all the time, I don't need a gym membership, because he does the heavy lifting around the farm.
I guess not. What's his name?
Ken.
Ken.
Ken Kelly.
Ken Kelly. You're not originally a Kelly.
No.
Okay.
No.
You don't have to admit to anything. No, that's all very interesting and an amazing story.
He can't wait to retire. He gets jealous sometimes because I sort of retired early, you know.
You sound like you've retired. You sound like you spend your days in idleness.
No, idleness, no. Oh my goodness.
I know, I was being...
I just came from Warwick. I was feeding bees today, so.
In Warwick.
In Warwick, Massachusetts.
I know where that is.
Yeah, that's up next to the New Hampshire border.
Yeah.
So I travel a lot to take care of my bees, and I made sugar bricks at like 6 o'clock this morning for them. And, you know, as soon as I get home, I'm probably going to put a load of blueberries in the freeze dryer that need to go. And I just picked up some fresh, you know, spinach and stuff from the farmer's market, and bacon from our local Berkshire Pork Farm 46, you know, guy.
I know him.
Rich.
And we might have him
So
on
we're
here,
going to
too.
have bacon and eggs tonight. I got to cook, and then we say our prayers and go to bed exhausted. So, and that's a good day.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, you spend too much time just goofing off. You gotta cut that out. Tell me more.
Well, I got my master's certificate in beekeeping about 2 years ago from Cornell University.
Really? Well, that's the place to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So, and that enables me to help maybe teach people about bees and have the credentials and verification that I can do that. And let's see what else. Yes, in our new land, what we're proposing is an off-grid homestead, and there we are hoping to get cows. Oh, there's Ken right there. What kind of cows are we going to get?
Highland cows.
Highland, that's it, Highlanders. We want Highlanders because they're great foragers, and we have a
Yeah.
lot of raw land there. So we're going to get Highland cows, probably continue to raise our turkeys and our chickens, produce plenty of eggs for people, and honey and bees. So,
So it's quite ambitious.
yeah.
Now, and are you moving to new land?
We will probably, relocate there over
To
time.
the Franklin County?
Yes,
Whoa, winters are a little different.
yes,
Not much worse.
yes,
What kind of, you're building an off the grid, so you're building solar?
yes.
Are you going to be geothermal for heating?
No, we'll be doing photovoltaic and solar thermal.
Solar thermal.
Solar thermal for hot water. My engineer husband is shaking his head, yes. He taught me all these words, these big words.
Oh, yeah, they are. Well, I know what all of them mean. So tell me more. So you're going to Franklin County?
I look forward to learning more from, there's another great farmer at our farmer's market in West Brookfield, Haley and
I know them very
Kirk
well.
from Still Life Farm.
Yeah.
And they raise vegetables all year round. And their spinach and their leafy greens are wonderful. Like
Yeah.
compared to grocery store, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
So I want to learn how to raise winter crops in high tunnels. So hopefully we'll be able to master that craft and produce enough vegetables for ourselves and to sell to other people.
Well, you do know I wrote an article about them in the last Quabog Current, which is the local newspaper.
Oh, good.
So if I can remember to grab one,
Yeah,
I'll see that you get it.
Great.
Not that it has anything really technically, but it does tell that they have the high tunnels,
Yeah.
and they have a heated greenhouse. Well, cold greenhouse. Yeah, they have a greenhouse. I know that for winter storage.
Right.
So yeah, they're very active.
Isn't that
people.
amazing? I think
is.
producing a winter crop is a great goal, and I can't wait to get involved in that too. So,
Well, I can't wait to do these shows from Florida myself in the winter. But that's not going to happen. I've resigned myself to that. So yeah, Haley and the family do a great job. They're renowned.
yep.
I was trying to think of something that that came up in my mind, but nothing stays. So I'll bring up something that people don't realize. Oh, are you a member of the WCBA?
Yes.
Okay, because they do have. We're probably way advanced. I'm surprised you're not doing a lecture for them. They're having a spring thing at.
Yes.
Where is it?
They have bee school every year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, this is not the bee school. This is their summer or spring conference or something.
Oh, okay. Right.
okay.
Yeah.
I figured you were a member. You went through the bee school, I take it. Yeah, haven't we all?
Yep.
Some people it stuck. Congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah, they will put. That's the one coming up. I think it's in March or April.
March.
Yeah.
March is the spring conference. They have a fall conference in October. So.
Yeah. You're one of the people that I think about when I hear this statistic. And I can't verify this statistic. I was doing I was covering event at Hardwick Farmers, which Haley was presenting.
Oh, great.
And somebody there who I think is on the state, the county USDA committee, said that Worcester County, and I don't know if I can believe this at all, has per acre the most production of any state in the country. And farm to table is third. And I don't know if I believe that. But if it is so, it just has the potential of local agriculture, because we ain't near the production we could be in New England.
There's a farm in New York that I like to kind of model a lot of what we do after. It's called Never Sink Farm. And they have only a few acres, and they produce, I mean, he's a big seller to farmers markets, and that's what they do. And this is their livelihood, and they produce over, 6-figure income every year.
Well, that's amazing.
It is quite amazing what you can do on a small acre farm with the right techniques, the right irrigation, the right high tunnels, the right amount of row covers, and there is technique, but once you learn it, I figure by the time I'm 80, Richard, I'll know everything, and it'll be a breeze,
So I have 5 more years to go. I'm not optimistic. So, how much is the Franklin County acreage?
Excuse me?
The Franklin County acreage?
About 40, I don't know, 47 acres.
There. For New England, that's
the
good.
The prompter over there.
Yeah. The director. That's a good amount of acreage for Massachusetts.
It's rocky, and a lot of beautiful swampland. That is, swampland is so vital for our ecology. It's where our water is filtered. It's a filtration system for our groundwater sources. So we're working on conserving the wetlands in our area. We have a lot of, hills, and it's right next to Grace Mountain, if you know where that is. Mount Grace.
Mount Grace. I've heard the name. I don't know exactly.
Mount Grace. So it's kind of on the other side of Mount Grace. It's not like the Connecticut River Valley, where I keep a lot of my bees, which is extremely fertile flatland, developed for years of the Connecticut rivers overflowing and the wonderful nutrients from the silt, the bottom silt coming up onto the soil. No, it's a little different. It's kind of rocky, so we might be growing things like garlic and who knows, mushrooms, and it might be totally different from flatland gardening and farming. But right now, we're going to take some of the skills we've learned here and bring them up to the mountains.
Great, great, and move a few rocks.
Move a few rocks. We grow good rocks, don't we? Yeah.
We do here too.
Yes.
I can swear to that.
Absolutely.
And if you need to take some on your way out, I know where you can get them.
Oh, gee. I need more rocks. Not.
No, I actually, somebody did come by and take some rocks from me. This was years ago. They
Somebody
never came
from
back.
Arizona, maybe.
Well, they said they needed them for something, but they never came back.
North Carolina.
So, yeah, as a long-term, don't expect too many. Though there are people who will buy your big stones. I remember seeing on a farm in Barry a big truck taking huge stones
Huge
out
stones,
of there.
yeah.
But they got to be really big.
Yeah.
I don't have the right stones. My stream on our land, you probably can't pan it for gold either. So what can you do? So you are, how long before you think you move to?
Oh, I don't know. Probably, I don't know. My husband's going to maybe retire within the next 5 years or so. We're kind of going to manage it into, don't know, Richard. Really don't know. Whatever God brings, we just move along with it.
Okay, good, yeah. But if we have you back on here in 10 years,
Yeah.
I'll see it didn't work. So, no, I think that's a wonderful plan.
Yep.
And I think I'm hoping that you do stay here long enough that people can get out to your farm
Oh,
and
yeah.
get some really good honey
Oh, yeah.
and get some really good eggs.
Honey, eggs, vegetables, chicken, turkey. So if you want any of those items, that's what we have
Very good.
at our farm. So
And it's the street address, one Cooper Hill Road, or what is this?
Carpenter, 167 Carpenter Hill Road.
167 Carpenter Hill Road. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I wish you every success.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
And lovely to have met Mr. Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you very much.
All right.